Welcome to another episode of the 8th Hour Podcast, where we discuss cannabis and the culture surrounding it. I'm your host, Nick, and today I'm joined by Cris, Will, and Sitt. Today, we're going to talk about THC being made in a lab through a synthetic process and Monsanto's GMO cannabis. A little later on, we'll have a sesh and talk about everyone's first time smoking weed, and keep an ear out for details on our podcast giveaway. This is the 8th Hour. So THC and CBD are being made in a lab through synthetic process, which is pretty crazy to say the least. But I really want to hear everybody's kind of feelings on it, because I'm sure everybody's going to have kind of a different idea of what this is, what this means, and how it would affect smoking the way we know it.
Mm-hmm. Let's explain to the viewers that what we mean by the synthetic process.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is from an article that we read from Business Insider, talking about how UC Berkeley recently published a research where they claimed that they synthesized THC and CBD compounds from extracted from yeast, from like how you make bread.
Right.
So I guess what this could mean, right, for the industry is that it could be quicker and easier to produce THC and CBD because you don't have to wait for the harvest time. You don't have to put in as much energy, into it, because obviously harvest time, and that's like the biggest drawback for growing weed right now is the amount of energy it needs.
Yeah.
To thrive, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think in the long run, I don't think it's gonna completely change the way people farm. I think it's just gonna add another level of complexity to the industry, right? So there's gonna be like people smoking like the original like straight buds, and then there's gonna be people that just want the synthetic kind. They don't want the
organic and non-organic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like how food is now, right?
Yeah.
There's gonna be two types of people.
I think I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I think so too. But we will have to see all the results.
Mm-hmm.
It's too soon to tell.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's like they said that they've only done it once in lab. So, but from the article I read, I saw that UC Berkeley has already licensed that research to a company called Demetrix, and I guess they're a startup pharmaceutical company that's gonna focus on cannabis, synthetic cannabis.
And it begins.
Yeah.
Once they sell their recipe, and it begins.
I memean, does it have to go through a process of like lab testing first?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like before they can even sell it?
There's a lot of.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's going to be grown in the lab.
Okay.
There's going to be different stages of testing way before even like human consumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's basically like a make or break for me, I think.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're going to test it, and then they test it on like certain animals maybe to see. And then as sad as that is, and then they're going to test it, like take volunteers. You can sign up now to test this drug, and then you get paid off.
Yeah.
They do that still, right?
For sure. Come out with 4 arms and 3 legs and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and when they bring it to scale, I'm sure other things will pop up at that time too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Once they start like doing this across an acre of land, like that's when we'll really see the effects of everything on the entire environment around it. That'd be really interesting to see.
Yeah, if you think about it, like the size of a typical farm now, if you replace everything inside of it with synthetic labs, you could make just as much cannabis as like 10 farms
For
combined.
sure.
Oh yeah.
You got a massive facility.
You know what I mean?
Like Tyson Ranch.
Yeah. You're cutting
Shout out
down.
to Tyson Ranch.
So that's good in the economy sense, where like oils like this, they're gonna get cheaper. Like edibles, you can use synthetic THC to infuse with your edibles instead of having to go through the process of extracting it yourself.
That's true.
Do you think it'll force the market cap down, or do you think people will just kind of like sort that into its own like price point because it's synthetic?
It really depends on the results and how it makes people feel before they start dropping the price. Because if it comes out and it's like whatever's, then I'll still pay the premium for the flower and the real oil and the real shit. Yeah. But if it's better and it's cheaper, damn, that's gonna be tough. For me to decide at the end of the day.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because
to begin with, though, I don't think the price is going to be cheaper than regular cannabis, just because that process must take ample amounts of like resources and like money
At the beginning
At the
stages.
beginning,
and then once more and more companies, if they sell all the recipes.
Once it's scaled,
Yeah, then it's going to be like, but I'll wait for the second batch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would never get the first batch.
What I had more in mind, at least in this example, was the like CBD stuff that we're seeing a lot more of. I wonder if like the CBD gummies and the caplets and the roll-on stuff, like if that would become cheaper, because that's something that you don't necessarily need to extract from your marijuana plant. You don't necessarily have to grow your marijuana plant for that. So if they were genetically making, like a CBD rub, how would that affect a company that like grows weed, but they only utilize the CBD aspect for like gummy bears or something like that?
I think the edible aspect I don't think it's going to affect it that much, because it's still like, when people take edibles, going in, you want edibles, instead of it's like, oh, I'll just smoke that or whatever. I don't think it's like the fun factor of edibles, kind of. I don't know, for me personally.
No, that's fair.
And it's kind of like you're eating something instead of like smoking it or inhaling it or taking something.
So would you say that just a significant higher amount of number of people who prefer to smoke rather than take edibles?
Probably edibles for medical patients.
Yeah, I think it might
mostly
be the opposite, personally, because there are a lot more the older folks that tend to do this stuff. Like, they may not be able to smoke, so the only way they can enjoy it is through edibles.
Or they can't smoke.
Grind.
Or most of the time, a lot of times, they can't smoke in their homes.
True.
If they're at a retirement home or something, you can't be sparking up a blunt. Then you're gonna.
But from your guys' experience, when you go to the dispensary, most people are just buying.
Honestly, I rarely buy edibles unless I know I'm going somewhere with some friends that are like down to do it. Then I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Same.
I don't ever go in like, I'm gonna get some edibles today.
I think the difference is like, when we pick up, we're going to like recreational stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where.
So it's not medical.
Yeah. And then if I remember back then when my rec was still active, I would go to medical dispensaries, and then more often than not, the people I would see there are like people there for medical stuff.
Yeah.
I could see it being like, it's so much easier to consume, rather than having to smoke it.
It really
And it
depends
does,
on your preference.
Edibles
But
for sure.
I think it's a different feeling too, though. So
I mean, doctors typically recommend it for the medical benefits side of it. They recommend that you eat it as opposed to smoking it. So I could see why more people do it for that reason anyways.
yeah, because they're actually doing it for the effect.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas instead of you just enjoy it, doing it as a recreational activity, then you rather smoke it than eat it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the differences.
So on the flip side of that, Monsanto making straight up GMO weed is kind of another thing it's a similar kind of story, but it's not exactly the same.
Let people know who Monsanto is.
If you're not already familiar with Monsanto, they're in the news all the time. They run a lot of farming operations, monocrop operations that are strictly genetically modified, and they typically offer you your more cheap produce and that kind of thing.
More for your money.
Right, but not necessarily the best quality. And a lot of the organic movement and that kind of stuff that's happened in Southern California, especially over the past 10 years, has been greatly driven by the opposition to those genetically modified companies, because they want to get better, like healthier options on the market that aren't just forced out. So it's fair to assume that weed would probably be in a similar category. You would likely, if Monsanto was turning out GMO weed, you would likely be able to get a lot of it for not very much, but it might not be the best stuff or best for you. So, I mean,
because what they can do with genetically modified plants is basically pick out the good genetics of a specific strain and then mix it in with another one. Right. So eventually it could be, better than typical weed, but it's going to depend on because Monsanto is very well known for their pesticides.
Yes.
And all the stuff that they put into plants just to make them thrive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Monsanto is very far away from being organic.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will use any chemical necessary to make something thrive.
Yeah.
So it's really gonna depend, because I think they have the capability of creating buds that are stronger than what it is now, maybe passing that 35%
absolutely
cap.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's usually when science gets involved, they make shit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, in the 90s, as far as my research is concerned, THC levels were at 10 to 15%, right? For actual bud. And then recently it's getting around like the 30s normally, you know, like 28% normally.
Yeah, every year with like the cannabis cut, it kind of rises as people compete.
Yeah, and then oils now are like what, like 98%.
Yeah. Oh God,
the potency is just getting crazier and crazier.
So I mean, it's inevitable that Monsanto is gonna make something stronger.
Yeah.
Just because of the resources that they have in order to make it.
Yeah, but the pesticides are a fair concern.
Yeah, but knowing them, there's probably going to be a shit ton of side effects.
Yeah.
These side effects may cause vomit, diarrhea, heart disease, la 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 la.
We made
everything that WIC fixes.
But I thought this was weed. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
We made the dankest weed, but it'll kill you.
Yeah. Just smoke more of it, and you'll be fine.
May experience hair loss.
Yeah, that's the worry about big corporations, especially pharmaceutical companies in the U.S., getting their hands involved in something like so pure and like natural, you know, a plant.
Yeah,
there will be purists out there who will basically like
fight against it for sure.
Not fight, but just stay true to the roots.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you guys probably gonna be, you know.
Yeah, we can talk about how this affects, like, because you know, cannabis has been around for a long time. And people have been fighting it here since you know, the 60s, maybe even the 50s, right?
Since the drug war started.
Yeah.
So there's so much history and culture, and there's like a movement behind it. And when a company just comes out, hey guys, we can make this shit in a lab, and then it kind of like kills, you know, would you say it kills the history a little bit? Kind of kills the movement a little bit. It won't have. It's kind of like making something fake, like a clone, like a fake clone, like a bootleg version. But there's no like history behind it. There's no like all the people that fought for this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your grassroots people for sure.
Exactly.
Be opposed to that.
I mean, you could also see it in a way that if it wasn't for the grassroots movements or the activists or the people advocating for cannabis, if it wasn't for them, none of these research would have been done in the first place.
For sure.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
UC Berkeley would not have had the opportunity to study cannabis in order to make synthetic cannabis.
Very fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't take down the market for all the growers and smokers right now, like the natural stuff, and then people, if the majority starts switching over to like the genetically made or the lab made stuff, it kind of like, oh damn, that's kind of like a,
once the lab made stuff flip in prices where lab made is cheaper, I think lab made is gonna start to sell more.
Yeah,
it's gonna dominate for sure.
And it sucks for the people who've like, you know what I'm saying, like the purists, like who fought, kind of like killing your industry a little bit. Like you understand it's still the same, like it's still helping the people, but it kind of lost its like roots.
It's about the money nowadays.
Yeah,
it's like cash grab basically.
Yeah, it's gonna suck, but I think it's a long time from now, and who knows, it could be like a 50-50 split. If the people who don't smoke right now or who are not into it, maybe they might be into the pill version. But we don't even know if it's going to be a pill version. This is just us thinking it might be something you have to consume like a pill. It could be
we're just
delivery.
Speculating.
Yeah, speculation.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be, what's another form of delivery? You never know, like a shot of it.
Well, assuming since it's lab made, probably on a culture somewhere, then it's most likely going to be some form of liquid.
Okay.
And then they'll just use that to mix with random stuff.
Yeah.
The industry is striving fast.
My greatest fear with them is just monopoly.
Yeah.
But they can't. That's illegal. No? Monopolizing is illegal.
Yeah, but there are ways to do things, you know, business-wise that you can do to fuck over a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's always the gray area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like who's Amazon's competitor?
Exactly, right?
Fucking AliExpress.
Not even comparable.
Yeah, but who's AliExpress's competitor out there? Nobody. You know what I'm saying?
AliExpress is definitely way bigger in the China market, but they cannot compete with Amazon in the US.
Different though. eBay is way different.
Yeah, eBay is different.
eBay is the guy, whoever's the seller's in charge of shipping, and Amazon is like, Amazon makes sure you fucking ship that shit. If they're not shipping it themselves, you know, they have all those lockers and all those delivery people now.
But I think that still doesn't stop you from like trying to launch your own like web-based.
You can do that, but it's just like if everyone is trying to just already take in the pill and you're trying to get your little foot with no money backing compared to the billions of dollars those corporations have, it's like you're not going to win.
Yeah.
So you know how like they say Amazon kills small business, like it killed a shit ton?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so?
No doubt.
No, Amazon made a lot of enemies.
Absolutely.
with that much success comes with you get a lot of enemies.
He's at the top now, right?
He's the richest man in the world, man. Yeah,
I think 2 years now.
Amazon's been on the top.
God damn.
Yeah, so I hope I don't see that happening, but I am excited to see like once the tests are in, like I do want to try it out. I'm not gonna not try it out. I just want to see how it feels and compare it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that kind of leads me to I'm just kind of curious from all of you guys, what do you think would be your opinion? Like, obviously you said you'd be interested to try it, but would you guys all like buy Monsanto weed if that shit started circulating?
I don't know about Monsanto weed.
Maybe other brand.
Yeah, it'll if it was the synthetic weed that UC Berkeley is proposing, then probably I'll try that. But just based on Monsanto's history, like they care about quantity, not quality.
Yeah.
So I'm doubtful. Yeah.
All right,
we'll see, I guess.
I mean, it could be. Let's say it's a pill, right? We'll just say it becomes a pill that you take. So would there be like, say this one's an hour version, like a 1 hour one, or this is like a stronger, more potent one, like a 3 hour.
If they can control that
would be
it's
crazy,
game over.
Right? Yeah. If that happens, like today, I'm just gonna go. I know I only have an hour of free time.
Like a microdosing.
Yeah, but it's controlled, but you still get the full effect.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that would be.
That'd be really crazy.
Yeah, it'd be pretty neat if they could get
if
it
you can
down to
choose
that.
the timing down, or like for the average user, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's certain potencies to it, so like imagine, because right now you just say like, oh, we smoked 3 bowls. Well, how many? I'm like fucking high right now, or you're fucking high right now. How much you smoke? Oh, like a joint or two. You're just gonna be like, oh, how many pills you take? Half a pill, 1 pill, or some shit in the future. Yeah. It'll be so different from us, like just now, just from the as the years go by, each generation's like experiences with cannabis, dude. In the future, it's just like a fucking oxygen mask, and you just like, or like a little pill, man.
Just a little tank.
Yeah.
What I'm really hoping that they do with this tech is to like grow spinach that has THC in it.
Dude, that would be crazy.
Like, grow some vegetables like broccoli or some shit, and just have it contain THC.
They can fuse it together and add the traits or somehow.
Yeah.
Like a watermelon, like on a hot summer day, a juicy cold watermelon.
That is the future.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, I'll rather eat fruits then, because I'll be getting my vitamins and I'm getting my THC.
Like you use an apple to smoke, and then after you eat the apple, you get more high.
I'll be so
Willy
healthy,
Wonka
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
If THC was in fruits and vegetables, I'll be the healthiest dude in this
for real,
planet, dude.
For real.
Yeah, I'll go vegan.
So nobody trusts Franken-weed. We're not down for.
Hey man, if it's
Frankenstein shit?
approved to be released for sale, like in any type of form, I try it.
If it's like government approved and all that shit, then
I try
fuck it, I'll try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
How about you? You wouldn't try?
I don't know, man. Maybe just out of principle. Maybe I'm just like hard-headed like that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. But I mean, Chris has a good point. If it came from like a separate source or something,
yeah. Say it's not Monsanto.
Yeah.
Monsanto.
If it's Berkeley's study being utilized by another company that I maybe trust a little bit more, then
what about?
I might be down.
What about Coca-Cola?
No.
Oh hell yeah.
No.
Hell yeah.
I'm kind of down.
I'm 100%
I heard they
behind
did
Coca-Cola.
file for a application for a product in Canada.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
A lot of big companies did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Marlboro,
they're trying to do a CBD drink.
Apple too. Apple did some like
Marlboro for sure coming out with
cannabis
those
atomizers.
joints in a cigarette in a pack.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they'll apply menthol and shit to it. It's like a menthol weed cigarette. I think that's what it is.
Sick of weed.
Yeah.
It's
I
sick of
couldn't
weed.
do that.
I don't know.
I couldn't hang.
I'm curious though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Like pre-made spliffs, is that what you're talking about? Like pre-rolled
It's like
spliffs?
it looks like a pack of Stokes cigarettes, and then you open it, it just
Do they
looks like
have
cigarettes. But
tobacco in it?
I don't think so. It's just weed,
Oh wow.
and it has a special label with like a leaf on it. It's pretty crazy.
But I'm sure they would have a spliff option. They'd
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
What's a spliff?
Tobacco and weed combined.
Sick of weed?
Yeah,
Sick of weed.
Cool.
Spliff.
That's called spliff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick. I learned something new today.
Yeah, there you
Hey fool, you want to hit a spliff or what?
go. Yeah, when you smoke again, whenever the day
He's never
comes,
gonna stop saying that.
Yeah. Even though he doesn't smoke right now. You can't say it, right? You're gonna have to smoke one day. One of these days we'll get you. Dude. Everyone's watching and listening.
I have smoked before.
No, I
It's
know.
not
I'm
like
just
I
saying
don't-
they're counting down the days. They're gonna call you out for that shit.
Hey,
It's cool though.
if you get to 10,000 subscribe on the YouTube channel, I'll hit that shit hard. Okay, that's a promise. I'll dab.
You heard him.
How about that?
You heard him.
10,000 followers, 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. No days off. I'll hit a dab.
Oh,
hit a dab rig.
Come on, guys. Let's
Several dab rigs.
Yeah. How about that?
Several. Ranging from
I'll
1
hit
foot
any
to
type
12
of
foot.
weed you want me to hit.
We'll hit it in here, and then we'll have a 24-hour cam because obviously he's gonna be too fucked up to get home.
Cryptochronic, kind of like.
And then it's just gonna be, you know, those at the zoo they have the animal cam, like the panda cam. It's gonna be the Sitt cam. Just 24 hours, you're just fucked up right here the whole time. And we'll see you on the next podcast in here. If that 10K, that would be dope. I'm fucking subscribing right now, dude. That's one subscriber.
That's a promise.
Right here.
10K, I'll dab. Okay.
All right. And 24-hour Sitt cam. If it makes
that panda cam is ridiculous.
Well, I'm kind of curious. I mean, I know we kind of talked about the economy and how it would affect that kind of thing, but do you guys think it would create like a two-sided argument if this stuff really started to get prevalent? Do you think that like the culture would start to kind of split into subgroups the way that we were talking about, like grassroots people would probably react?
I think there's a high
and
possibility.
You think so?
Because this is like something grown from Mother Nature and it is now chemically made.
I can see people arguing for sure, man.
Even though if it's from wheat, it's not, I don't think it's that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not a scientist. I don't know, but it doesn't sound too bad. But we'll have to see once the newer versions, you know, the final versions before public consumption comes out.
Yeah.
Because it could be laced with a gang of shit and you don't even know.
Yeah.
True.
Until it's too late and then you're addicted to it. And then
that's scary.
Yeah, and then
that's
they're going to charge
scary.
and then they start jacking the price. They get you hooked on this shit first for cheap and then they jack up the price.
Yeah.
Typical big farm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Personally, that's why I wouldn't trust like Marlboro with the spliff thing or the fucking.
It's like
spliff.
You trust them. You want to give them, of course, the benefit of the doubt at the beginning.
Sure.
But you know, people get money hungry. Corporations, what bosses want and what the people want is completely different.
Yep.
And they could care. They honestly, pharmaceutical companies most of the time could give a fuck less what people, how their healths are, because it's like take one thing and it fucks up something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on such a large scale. They're gonna make their money anyways.
That's why I'll give them a chance. But it's going to cause a lot of like controversy for sure.
Yeah. I wonder if the all of the unrest and stuff surrounding cigarettes might force those companies to consider what people want a little bit more and a little bit, you know, focus a little bit less about just pumping out
who knows
product, because people might not buy it. You know what I mean? If people are really that distrustful of a company, they could launch this huge campaign and just lose like $8 million.
Unless you're addicted to it, because Marlboro, it kills people every day and it's still going.
That's true. They have a consumer base that would just be like, oh, Marlboro makes this now. Yeah. And just buy it for that.
And all the Marlboro fans would just chop on it and try it out. Yep. So I don't, it's going to be, if it's good and it doesn't have all these crazy ass sound effects, then everyone can live in harmony. You know what I'm saying? But if it's the chemical one, is like super addicting, but cheap and it has the same effects and it's like, kind of fucks you up. Of course, the other side is gonna, you know, fight 100% for it. Like, you can't be making fake shit. This is supposed to be a plant, and you're fucking making it in a lab.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't grown with love like all the growers out here. You know what I'm saying?
Grown with love.
Science is love. Okay.
There's a fine point, very thin line between those two.
I do want to pose this question for, you know, like you guys and also the audience. So we discussed like two different kinds of processes in terms of genetically modified cannabis.
Right.
So we have the Monsanto approach, which is, you know, still traditional farming, but what they're going to do is pick and choose traits and genetics to mix it together and, you know, add their own twist into how they grow, like how they've been so successful with like corn and stuff like that.
Right.
They're going to add like some of that formulas into that. And then the other side would be like the UC Berkeley research would be synthetic cannabis, where there's no farming involved. There's no crops, no energy requirements. Well, I guess a little bit to synthesize, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But which process is preferable in your guys' opinion?
Of course, the less resource draining one, that's for sure. Right?
Synthetic.
So synthetic.
Yeah.
That's a one major argument too. Because if you're like say you're more like a hippie kind of person, you can't hate on the fact that they're saving resources of water and electricity and power. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like, fuck, you're on the fence about it.
For sure. I think even the hippies are all about a pure product. And if that's what they can deliver.
That's pure THC as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just like no energy wasting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. I think the synthetic process is gonna be probably the dominant way to do cannabis in the future.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that, you know, traditional farming is gonna go away. That's gonna stay. No, like hardcore cannabis fans are not gonna just stop.
Yeah, there's no way. At least not for a good long while.
Yeah. But
Do you think these two will collide in the future?
For sure.
These two
I think
last-
complement each other,
You
honestly.
think they'll complement each other?
Yeah.
I think beginning there will be a lot of shit, and then once they figure out the kinks,
Because like one is
they
just
have to
trying to make
settle
as
in.
much as they can.
It's
The
like
other
you're
one is
dropping
just-
a bomb into
Yeah.
a little room right now, and then they have to let everything settle, dude. You can't
Yeah.
like just you can't
Boom.
expect everyone to get along like that. You know what I'm saying? You're just dropping a huge thing into the market.
Yeah.
So industry shifting like product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I think it'll complement each other, I don't know if you guys hear that, but there's weird sounds happening. But the reason I think it will complement each other is the fact that like
The machines are here.
Bumblebee.
fuck, I lost my train of thought.
My bad.
Dude, what the fuck was that, dude?
That sounded like
just some
Iron
machine.
Man.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. There was a machine thing outside that was happening.
All right, so the reason I think that this can complement each other is like cannabis grown. People will always prefer to smoke cannabis that's grown from a farm.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
For sure.
how are you going to smoke synthetic cannabis, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then so basically, the way I see them complementing each other is like people who want cannabis can just get it grown, and then the people who want like oils, edibles, stuff like that will have to go through that synthetic process. Just because like it doesn't make sense to grow weed, wait for it to grow, and then process it some more to turn it into oil.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
just a waste of like 4 months, right?
So
there.
all the growers could just be catered towards flower people,
Exactly.
like just the flower itself.
Just flower in general. Don't even do rosin process on it
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
extract it.
bomb. They won't have a surplus because everyone's short right now on weed.
True.
We'll have a surplus on weed.
Yeah.
It actually might. I mean, by that time, who knows how many more countries are legal too? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
But I mean, kind of going back to what I was saying a bit ago about the potential of a monopoly. The reason that I am so concerned about that, at least with the synthetic, the GMO stuff and them extracting stuff out, is because if they were to do that and get government approval or whatever, you know, get some kind of green light to do so, the wax and distillate industry is still not the same as flour and
It's
edibles
not.
and stuff like that. It is still kind of man-made. It does still take a process, and I've heard of, I mean, personally, I've had a few buddies that have been popped with wax, and they treat that shit pretty serious. Some police officers. I mean, it depends on who you get, especially in California, but if they feel like being a dick and pushing the issue, they
Yeah.
can. So with that said, you know, I do kind of wonder, like, could Monsanto potentially push all of these companies out of the market and be like, oh, well, now we have our shit and it's like fully legal? You know, it could create just a blitz.
It definitely affects the oil people more
Yeah.
than the flower people. But then again, the flower people make the oil people, so they
Right.
might lose out on some money. So they could take a
it's
hit
it's a rotation.
because the oils could
of
be
process.
replaced. Like the smoking devices through like vapes and stuff like that. That's easily replaceable because that still seems like not. When people see these, they don't see it as pure as just like when you smoke a plant. You know what I'm saying?
For
the
sure.
flower itself.
Or even
So-
wax in a lot of cases.
Yeah, so I think it could fuck up like the wax market, but only time could tell.
Yeah. I
So a
don't know.
lot of exciting shit, man. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's a
We could be in the podcast in 3 months, like, oh, there's some even crazier shit coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all moving real fast.
Yeah.
There's tons of stuff happening like every week.
What I don't want happening is just every time I go into a dispensary and it's just Monsanto weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh,
what I don't
man.
want. Like how corn is, or like, you know, like every product that is corn related in the supermarket had gone through Monsanto.
Right.
Like your cereal, your freaking, like sometimes your rice. Actually, your rice, yeah.
Oh my
I honestly don't even eat that much corn anymore because all that corn right now is like the yellow.
No, not just physical
Yeah.
corn.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
a
I'm
lot
just saying,
of
like-
things have like corn flour,
Yeah.
corn syrup,
Popcorn.
you know.
Your Rice
Yeah.
Krispies.
Because
and
corn
shit.
is not supposed to be all golden color. It's supposed to be like janky and small and shriveled up.
Yeah.
Monsanto will come out with like a pound of weed for like $80. And you're gonna be like, oh fuck,
Hell
can't
no.
resist, dude.
Hell
I mean,
no.
of course, the dispensary is gonna have options. I'm pretty sure Monsanto is not gonna be the only one. Because
Yeah.
what if you don't have to go to
But
dispensaries?
think about it though. They have so much pull in the government that they could potentially have the power to tell the government, hey, only allow our weed to be sold in dispensaries.
Yeah, that's my concern.
What about say it's so you know how we talked about it could be if it's a pill form. What if you can get it at CVS?
game over.
Then you don't need to go to dispensary.
Yep.
CVS 24/7.
They would destroy all of those sub companies
Yeah.
that do sell out of
It's like
dispensaries.
fuck, I can't pick up right now. Oh, CVS is open. Let's run.
Well, and
3 in the
even
morning,
just
right?
the distribution company, the guys that give the stuff to 7-Eleven, the CVS,
Yeah,
and stuff,
right.
they would immediately pick up like enough units to stock all of their stores, and that's
That
a
would
big
kill it.
paycheck.
If you can
dude.
get into 7-Eleven and CVS and Rite Aid, you're good.
It'll
Yeah.
be big
You're
overnight.
set. Yeah.
exactly,
Like how
Yeah.
Juul was, when they got it into
Exactly.
Arco,
Real quick,
Yeah.
is that a cutoff time for alcohol purchase at CVS?
2 a.m.
Two.
for everywhere.
I think
Yeah,
it's
two.
everywhere, yeah.
It's two.
Okay,
Yeah.
then there should be a cutoff time for that too.
Yeah,
so it'll be
cannabis.
24 hours.
But it's
I can
not
see that.
alcohol though,
I can see that though, because then,
because it's still
You know what I'm saying?
technically. Okay, we're all basing this off if it's a pill.
Yeah,
right.
So why can't you pick up? You can pick up medicine in the middle of the night. Why can't you pick up this? It's a pill fact. You're not smoking it. It's not an oil.
I'm sure it
exactly.
won't be off the shelf. It'll probably be like a prescription.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. As little kids, we can like
you know what
you
I
have
mean?
to get it from the pharmacist, obviously. Section, but you don't have to like get it prescribed if it's rec. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You just ask for it and they'll give it to you. You don't have to get a doctor's whatever.
Yeah,
Then that'll change the game if you could pick it up CVS.
Yeah.
But this is all speculation. If it's not a pill, then we'll see what happens.
hey, who's your connect? CVS.
Yeah. I got the yellow pill. I got the 3-day trip. I got the 1 hour. Which one you want?
there'll be so many different versions.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy.
And think about that changes a lot of things because if it's a pill form, you can bring that into festivals anywhere. That's it. It's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
You go somewhere. Oh, that's my medication. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those little caps.
Put little cute ass
Put
caps.
it with all your little fish oils and shit. It's like no one can tell. That would
Little
change the
fish
game.
oils.
Little fish oils.
Oh, the
You know what I'm
omega
saying?
3.
You gotta take that shit, man. It's good for you, dude.
It'd be cool for when you're on a plane. That's for sure.
Yeah, right.
It'd be sweet.
Get a glass of wine and that's it.
The Chardonnay.
Night.
Out.
Dude.
15-hour flight ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's making me want to smoke.
Let's get into sesh time right now.
Do that sesh shit.
We still got the Rocky Road from
Connected.
So it's already packed. So
What was that other bud from them that we had a little while
Blueberry?
It
ago?
was the lemon biscotti, I think.
But
That
Scotty,
stuff.
all the rappers be rapping about it nowadays.
That stuff was
It was fire.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Biscotti is a type of French
It's like a
a
bread,
cookie.
like a cookie.
Isn't
Yeah.
it biscuit?
yeah, like a French bakery.
Yeah, like a little biscuit thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think. I
Dip
don't
it in chocolate and dip it. You have it
Hey,
with
you
coffee.
dip in
and shit.
chocolate, Nick.
What?
The hell are you talking
What?
about?
know. All right, since we talked about how we will try it, we'll try the pills, right? If it's a
Yeah.
pill, we'll try it for the first time. Do you recall your first time smoking weed?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that
Holy
shit
shit.
so well.
All right, Sid, why don't you start it off?
I was invited to a friend's place and he was like, hey, man, this is like,
Wait, break it down for us. Wait, how old were
Okay.
you and shit?
I think it was like 16,
Oh, damn.
17. But I was like, really, because I don't usually do these kind of things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You're
he
good
was like,
boy,
he just
huh?
tried one time. And soon enough, peer pressure, So I was at his house and he had me this raw bong. He said, this is like super expensive. Here's some
First
rich.
time you started with the
Yeah, he was like, he lives in San Marino. He was like some rich kid.
yeah.
And he was like, hey man, like, don't worry, like this is high quality shit. Like I'm not gonna give you some stupid shit,
Oh yeah, if he lives in San Marino.
And I was like, okay. And then he told me the name. It was like Black Widow or some shit, like coming out of a Marvel movie and shit. You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like,
yeah. But this was before Marvel movies.
yeah, way before.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like,
yeah.
fuck, like these shit has like crazy names, right?
Yeah.
I
Where
don't-
were you when you were smoking?
In his room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I'll tell you where I end up.
All right.
So his room is 2 stories.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What do you mean his room is 2
like
stories?
it's a super tall ceiling, second floor bedroom that has another level.
Oh, it's a loft.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, it's a
yeah,
loft.
yeah, something
Got
like
it.
that.
Okay.
So, I took one big ass hit. He gets like, keep going. And I was like, okay. Took that one big ass hit. I sat down for like 5 minutes. And I remember me going upstairs to the second floor. And I think I passed out. And I wake up again in the restroom. But I remember
wake up in the restroom butt ass naked?
No. But I remember like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die. Because I couldn't handle it anymore. Like I was super high.
Your friend made that first mistake. If you're smoking with someone new, never make them keep going because that would traumatize them and make them not want to smoke.
Yeah.
So that was fucked up on his part.
But
you gotta like ease it in, take one hit, wait a few minutes, see how it feels. But damn, that's crazy, dude.
That first time was the second highest I ever been.
Yeah. You still recall it, huh?
Huh?
What about no, that was so
Yeah.
Did you throw up? Did you like
No, but I ordered food and I woke up and that fool ate all my food. So
he ate all your food?
Yeah.
Wait, what weren't you at his house?
Yeah.
Oh, he ate all your food.
We ordered Carl's.
Oh shit, nice. I love Carl's.
But yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Do you want my first
your first
experience or my first good experience? Because my first one was also not great.
Just first experience.
All right. So I was like way fucking younger. I was like 5th grade, like 5th or 6th grade. So
Jesus.
that make me like what, 12,
Shit,
13?
Dude.
No, that's 11.
Or yeah, even 11. I had this homie that I'd known since like kindergarten, and we like went through all the grades together up till that point, and he was kind of one of those kids that like, and even in elementary school, you already kind of knew he's like
into troublemaker.
He's a little troublemaker. Yeah. He was into some bad shit.
Yeah.
And
like Will.
but like
no, definitely not me.
We still got along really well and shit, and like he was really chill, and his parents like ended up knowing my parents. You're like working in a really close area and stuff, so like we ended up hanging out a lot, and I kind of got the peer pressure treatment because I was a little good kid, and I wasn't really fucking with that kind of shit.
Of course.
And he was like, "No, let's do it." And so we went in his garage, and he put on some like Beatles, and we were sitting there chilling, and he had like a metal pipe, and we fucking packed a bowl, and I'm pretty sure like the Kush wasn't even prevalent yet. Like it was still like dirt weed.
It was still trash back then.
Yeah, so it was just some stress.
Yeah, because you couldn't get the good shit.
Yeah. So he loaded that shit up, and we smoked, and I was one of those cases. I did not get high the first time that I smoked.
Oh, okay.
So my homie, he had done it a lot of times. He obviously was like making a habit out of it already. So he was like having a great time, and he was just totally vibing, and I just did not get it. So it put me off of weed. Like from that point, I didn't smoke ever again until like freshman year of high school.
Damn, just because you didn't feel it?
That's only 3 years.
I thought I had experienced it, and it was like whatever. You know what I mean? So
was your friend wasn't like, hey, dude, I don't think that's it, man.
I think he gave you tobacco, green tea,
you
or
got
some
high,
shit.
bro.
Nah. It was weed, but like that happens to some people. Like especially when people were smoking stress a lot more and shit like that. A lot of people would smoke and like not feel anything their first time getting high.
Dang.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like we were smoking out of a bong or anything like that. You know what I mean? It was just a little metal pipe.
I
So
must have had some crazy
I could
shit
have been hitting
that
it
time.
wrong. I don't even know. Like it's been so long, dude. But
Have you guys tried those gas mask ones?
What's that?
nah, I've seen them though.
Fuck that, dude.
It's all right, dude. It just makes your face fucking greasy and shit.
Yeah,
What is it?
That's what I'd
It's
worry about.
just picture a gas mask with a bong at the end. So it just not constantly on your face.
So every
It's like
time you
hotboxing.
breathe, you're just inhaling more
It's
cannabis.
like hotboxing yourself with the mask
no.
on.
That's suffering.
Yeah, it
What
is.
time would
Yo,
you do that?
No, okay.
Once you run out of oxygen, dude, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's like all right. You come out of that like you get high. Don't get me wrong. Like
Hey, you go kill yourself here.
No, you get high for the lack of oxygen.
yeah, you get high. Don't get me wrong.
Pass
But
out, dude. Fuck.
you used to see that shit. They still sell it in Chinatown, dude. We used to go there and we're just like curious, so we got one. Shit was like $45 for like a okay one. There's like even crazier one.
Yeah.
That's like with the giant long bongs that's attached to the mouth part of the gas mask.
Oh shit!
shit.
All
It's
right.
insane. Yeah. So it gets you high. It's like it works the same, almost pretty much like a bong, and then you just have like this layer, and you're all sharing it, and everyone's
yeah.
fucking like
just
face
sweaty.
sweaty and shit.
and like some motherfuckers got extra pimples and shit, and they get it on your face, and it's just like, bro, no.
Yeah,
dude.
it's just not.
Is that your
ideal.
first time?
No, that's not my first time. No, my first time wasn't. It was after high school, after class. You know when you don't do shit after school and you just want to fucking loiter somewhere,
yeah,
like at a drink spot or like some arcade or at the mall or whatever.
for sure.
So my friends already smoke, and I was like always like whatever's about it. I didn't never wanted to smoke, and then they just kept pressuring me. Of course, when you're young, everyone peer pressures you. So I smoked it, coughed for like a good minute straight, and then it was like I didn't feel shit yet. So then I drove. Right, they're all in the car, and I don't know why the fuck they made the first guy drive, the first timer drive, and then I drove. I was perfectly fine, and then out of nowhere, I was like, I don't feel shit, guys, and then I started giggling. And I was like, oh shit. And then everyone's like, that's it, dude. And then I was like, oh fuck, this is what it feels like. I just had mad giggles. And we're like, all right, I just got instant munchies. And then we just went, don't ever smoke and drive, guys. But I was pretty careful driving. And we just went to McDonald's and we pound town that shit. When they had like 50 nuggets deals?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one of those.
For $10.
Yeah. And then I regretted the next morning in the bathroom.
Man, those are the best times.
But honestly, I didn't have a bad time. Like it felt pretty good.
Oh yeah, you were on like one
relaxed.
of the best
I got on a good
for your
one.
first time. It's fucking super.
Exactly.
Lucky.
I was like fingers crossed. My first time, I'm not like I don't get fucked up and then like get too high and shit. Want to throw up.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I was good. Yeah.
Sick.
So
super sick.
Chris,
I'm getting that sick eye change right now from smoking. But
yeah.
But for me, the first time probably was around like junior year to almost senior year of high school. And I know we've been sharing like experiences from like way under 18 years old. So I just want to say like we do not condone any of this. We're bad kids.
We're absolutely bad kids.
We don't condone this. Yeah, it happens.
Just sharing from my experience. Yeah.
But it happened. It was just a regular day at school. My buddy comes up to me, shows me like a little dime bag, and this was like crazy as a kid, right?
Hell
like, like you see a dime bag, like oh fuck, weed.
You're like mind blown. Oh my god, you must be rich.
You're baller, dude.
Yeah.
No, but he told me let's meet up during like sixth period because we both had sixth period off.
Nice.
So meet up at the parking lot by the apartments, and then like. He told me to buy this like little sneak-a-toke from the gas station. He showed me like a picture of what I should get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like it looked like a mushroom keychain thing. And it was like
oh yeah, I know those.
It was like aluminum.
Yeah.
And then you
like
take it apart and then you put it back together. And we just like hung out in like a parking lot of an apartment building, and we were just smoking during sixth period. And then after we smoked, we were just like hella laughing that we did that shit. and then all of a sudden we just started getting paranoid. Like the security was like looking for us.
Yeah.
Like he saw us leave or some shit. And we were just like entirely freaking out. So I was like, dude, let's go.
So your school like narcs, right? The security. Yeah,
so I was like, dude, we need to go now. I'm freaking out.
Were they driving around in golf carts and shit?
No, see, here's the thing. Nobody was even looking for us. We were just being paranoid.
There's like nobody even watching, guys. They're just like, what the fuck's wrong with those guys?
How quick was the shift? Was it like immediate or was it was 10 minutes of laughing and then, oh shit, dude.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
10 minutes of laughing and then like the laughter starts kind of dying out. And then we're like, oh shit, what if they're looking for us?
That's fucking awesome.
You know what I mean?
Times.
Like, because we left during fifth period because we had 6 off. So we just wanted like all of that complete, just to be finished with the day.
Yeah.
So it was frightening.
So funny. It was only one period too.
I love it when you don't have
like
sixth
the whole
period.
day.
Yeah.
You still just got.
I didn't have
tripped.
sixth period in high school.
I didn't. Certain years I didn't have sixth period, and then sometimes you're just like, fuck, why I just ditched fifth period and sixth period, and then you just ditch and then you just go bullshit.
But we're not condoning this shit again.
Yeah.
It's cool
because
this is rated M for mature anyways.
Yeah.
On Apple Podcasts.
But yeah, it's good that Chris brought up that.
Yeah, we're not condoning.
We
this
don't.
is just our experiences.
We don't promote underage.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
We're just telling our story. We're just being real. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
What kind of high are you guys getting from this? I know you're getting the crazy eye change, huh?
Is it sativa?
Nah. I think
It's
that's
indica.
Indica for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a pretty positive high off it.
Yeah, it's like a
pretty chill.
relaxed. I didn't really taste the Rocky Road flavor, but you can smell it though. If you actually smell this,
You smell chocolate?
Damn, when is smell-o-vision gonna come through? Still waiting for that for like 20 years already.
It doesn't smell like chocolate, but it's kind of like a creamier bud smell.
It has a hint of citrus for sure.
Yeah.
It's like a florally citrus.
Rocky Road has no citrus, fool.
I know, but this is what it smells like. Smell it.
I did yesterday.
All right, then. Yeah, that doesn't smell like ice cream, but it's pretty good.
I felt like that biscotti that I brought up earlier was really really overwhelming high, but like after it leveled out, it was like super, super euphoric. And this is like
biscotti from
not really taking me
6.
Yeah.
Right?
And I believe so. And this one's just like not really taking me that high, but it's just kind of,
it's a good level.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you can go to work and shit. I can go
For
walk
sure.
my dog right now, no problem.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good level, I think.
I want to try that. You know how, what is that one the 93 OG Kush that we just picked up?
Oh, I got some of that last night.
It's pretty damn good.
That's just really good.
Yeah.
Oh, he picked up yesterday, I think.
Oh, you did? Nice.
From that spot. I got some other one too from them. It was like their other top shelf. I'm trying to remember what it was.
And you know what's funny? You know
It's
how
like OG Kush or something.
did any of edibles catch your eye? Like they catch your eye, but you don't buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the candies and stuff
Yeah.
always catch my eye for sure. But I tend to lean more towards the carts. I noticed that they have the hollow tips there, which was actually pretty cool. I was just like surprised by the price because I was like, damn.
It's pricey, dude. It's full gram.
Yeah, full gram.
Some of the full grams
Oil
get pretty
pen.
pricey, but I mean they're good.
It's good,
They're damn
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's just if you get used to vaping those carts a lot, like you get real good at blowing through them, and then when you're at that rate, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because when we all go to dispensaries, like we talked about earlier, we see the edibles, but we just don't buy it. We just think it's cool though. I like the new Sour Patch one.
I just don't like waiting to get stoned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You know what I mean?
that's the world we live in. We need that information now, dude. And
Yeah.
like everything now instant.
Yeah.
Hey, but I mean, again, when you're on a plane, edibles are fantastic.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Because you need that delayed like
the
time,
TSA,
and then you just
TSA point. You gotta be cool for that.
yeah. So
And
by the
then-
time you get on the plane, you're just like ready to sleep for 18 hours. And
Do you ever
that's
like
pretty cool.
smoke before you go to the airport? Because this is pre Los Angeles International Airport. For those who don't know, you can bring weed now. You
Mhm.
can have weed on you. So
If you fly into the States, that allows it.
before this law happened, or before they allowed it, I used to I have a long ass flight. I'm just like ripping massive bowls before, like in the car. Like my driver is taking me, like my friend, and I'm just ripping it in the backseat of the car. So I'm like, I hope I have enough to get through at least so I can fall asleep on the plane, get through the TSA bullshit. And then right when I walk in, I check in and I see the dogs. I'm like, shit, I got so fucking paranoid.
The dogs
bro.
always trip me out.
Especially like the German Shepherds. Like, I don't know why I'm biased as fuck because I know all the dogs can probably smell it. But I was like, shit, dude, I smell so fucking dank right now because I saw one old lady walk by and she was just like giving me this crazy look. I was like, shit, I must smell so fucking
She was like,
bad.
damn, is
I
that
was
Black
shitting
Widow?
it, dude. Like, because German Shepherds, I was just like, sometimes they have labs.
They're smart as fuck.
Sometimes they have labs and I'm like, come on, lab. Like, I want to pet it and be nice and just like, come on, let me off this one. You know what I'm saying? But I just get extra paranoid at the airport. That's one place is like, sometimes I smoke before and it just kills my high because I see the fucking dogs and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
I just get paranoid. And then
They are scary.
once I'm on the plane, I'm just like exhausted. I'm like, oh God. But now, LAX, you can bring weed. And that Vegas, maybe? Well, actually, no, not Vegas yet, right? I think they're working on it.
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
When we flew out to Florida in what was it, November?
Yeah.
A lady handed me a fucking blunt like as she was walking into the airport. And that was like that blew my mind.
Oh yeah, I
never
remember
seen
that. Oh yeah, you got trapped for hella long, dude.
Yeah, I got trapped waiting for that flight.
Were
But,
you leaving with us? You were, right? You know when we left?
Yeah, I was
Damn.
supposed to, but my Uber.
Dude,
messed
you missed
everything
it.
up.
When I got there, I was getting the most fucking bullshit from that TSA guy, dude. He was giving me so much shit
I
for no
remember you
reason,
telling me
dude.
about that.
Oh my God.
It's
He was just
messed up,
calling
dude.
me out in front of the whole airport for no reason.
What you say?
Because he's like, because you know how LAX, you have to have, any airports in California, you have to have your laptops out of your bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure, right? And then I was like, do I need my laptops out? And he's like, did I say you need your laptops out? And I was like, okay, sorry. And then he's like, hurry up, get to back of, like, get in line. I said, no laptop. I'm like, I'm trying to put it away, dude. And he just kept getting on my ass. And then he's like, just move to the side, let the next person through. And then the next, even the lady behind me was like, damn, what's up his ass today?
Damn, dude.
And then she was like, am I good? And then he was all like, oh, you're good, honey. And then she had the same question. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That guy was being a fucking dick, dude. Don't smoke weed and deal with TSAs. Just don't.
You can't talk back?
It's a waste of weed. No, dude, you can't. I wanted to talk back so bad because I'm like, why the fuck you only calling me out in front of everyone? And everyone, even everyone behind me was like,
what powders do you have?
Like you can, but it's not advisable.
If you start, I was not trying to miss my flight.
They will hold you there on purpose, just so you could miss your flight.
Yeah, and you get fucked. And I'm not staying in Miami for an extra day during that time, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck that.
Yeah,
damn, it's gonna be so heated just thinking about that guy. If I ever see that guy outside,
take another hit, you'll be all right. Take another hit.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck you, bro. Where is it? Oh, right here.
But I mean,
just relax.
That experience did like super trip me out, just because like this lady she didn't just like pull this thing out her bag when she walked by. Like this lady was smoking a blunt. Like she got out of her Uber smoking a blunt, and it was like loud, and she walked straight over. You want this shit? And I was just like, all right, man,
like,
fucking LA.
Yeah, miss, you just saved my day.
Yep. No, it was dope, but I was like, after she had made all that scene and shit, I'm sitting here just like hitting this blunt, and I'm like, fuck, dude, am I fucking blowing up this spot now? Like, but nobody tripped on me. Nobody tripped on me the whole time.
That was at LAX, you said? Okay, cool.
I can't wait for the day where it's fully legal and they have weed smoking sections at the airport, like on the fucking rooftop or some shit. I don't fucking know, or in the corner.
They'll put us in the same room as a cigarette smoker.
No, there's no way, because some people don't. It has to be separate.
You think so?
Yeah, because weed is different from. You can't hotbox people that want to just.
Yeah, they're gonna get hotboxed.
They put vape in cigarettes.
Yeah,
but vape doesn't have THC and shit in it.
Nah, but like,
you mean like
you're a vapor, you have to inhale like a 18 people's cigarette at one time.
But I feel like with weed, it would be completely different.
Well, maybe. I was
getting
getting pretty
TSA,
high.
Man.
Who was
that guy? He was being a dick.
Who was with me in the box in Miami when we were in that restaurant? Was it
I was
Daniel?
in Miami.
Yeah, Daniel was in that box. Dude, we were getting like super faded being in that box because people were like huffing on these big ass cigars and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
cigar
the
chopping
cigar
motherfuckers.
people.
Dude, you just breathe in a little bit and you're just spinning, dude. Like
you reek when you.
That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Damn, just thinking about that guy. Anyways,
so
talk about the giveaway real quick.
Yeah. So we're doing this giveaway thing this time around, where we'd like to hear your guys' first time smoking cannabis experiences. So please feel free to share them with us on our YouTube channel, which is No Days Off, spelled normal, right? No V?
Yeah.
Yeah. So No Days Off is the channel. So if you go to this video or we want to keep to this video.
Yeah,
make sure you spell out No Days Off.
Yeah. No days, DAZE.
Yeah.
Off.
Or just add like
off.
the 8th hour to make sure that you can find it.
Yeah, and then go to the video for this episode and share your first time smoking cannabis experience with us. And we're gonna choose 3 winners.
3 winners.
If that shit's funny as hell, we choose top 3 funny ones, and then we'll send you some endo swag.
Yep.
No Days Off swag.
Definitely.
But don't forget, if you hit 10,000 subscriber, I'm hitting
He's
a
hitting
dab.
the dabs. 24-hour sit cam. He's gonna be on the ground.
How about this?
And then you can suggest things to do to him when he's high. Really fucked up.
If we hit 5,000 subscriber on our YouTube channel, I'll take a hit at the sesh on that episode.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's run it.
I'll take a hit.
Let's go buy some ghost followers.
Hey, calm down. It has to be organic.
All right,
yeah, of course.
All right.
All right. And thanks for joining us on the 8th hour.
For sure.